What am I doing here? That's a question I keep asking myself these days. Don't really have an answer still. I do try to figure it out sometimes though. Like, I always wanted to make it big as a YouTuber when I was super young. Started doing stop motion animations, mounting putty and everything. All the goo to keep the figurines down. And I started picking up the pace. I went from 5 frames to 10, 10 to 15, speeding up more and more till eventually I realized I didn't like this. I didn't. Even as a kid, I just didn't have the attention span, nor the patience for this. The granular details needed to make something look right, the inability to easily go back and make minor adjustments to separate frames only managed to cultivate feelings of frustration. It was not fun. The last stop motion animation I made on the channel was one that I left alone for a week without touching it once, and I simply could never get the lighting to perfectly match what it once was, even when using the same lights and the same environment, and I made sure the windows were properly lit and like everything. My greatest work in the field at best was mid, and I didn't even give it audio because I was just that bored of it. So I gave it up and focused more on easier animation, sprite work. At least easier for me. I know that some sprite animators are doing some Mappa shit. But I'm not always a fan of that either. The application I use on my phone isn't even built for that, but I've disillusioned myself to believe that it's the best for me since I can easily use my hands to control everything on it. From squashing and stretching where the characters go to even altering their colors by hand. But even then, my work is shoddy at best. The animation application doesn't support pixels the way other drawing programs do. You'll go on YouTube and find the most crisp, cleanly edited models for sprite animation. Head to mine. Even if you prefer my animation style for some reason, it gives off a very low quality feel. And that's not to mention that having multiple layers makes the application run slower than a turtle. To think I could ever make a living off this was optimistic at best and blatantly stupid at worst. So often I'd like to dub over things, doing voice acting. It was my dream job actually throughout my tenure at high school. But I needed speech therapy for a long portion of my life, and even then I still stutter up a storm whenever I speak. It's kind of egregious. If you watch any of the streams on Daikon's channel, you'll probably notice in like full segments of me just me failing to talk because yeah, it's egregious, especially around friends. I feel embarrassed whenever I'm speaking to anyone, especially since very often this will come out most when in public. Most when I'm helping out people, most when I need to talk to strangers, most when I need something. Back in high school, I used to always want to have a little cookie with my lunch, but you had to ask for one because they had it on like their shelves behind the cashier thing. I always had to walk up to the lunch ladies and basically like go, "Can I have one of each cookie, please?" But the way I started out the can, I could never get the can out. I just said like I would just start doing that or just not even make a sound for like 2 seconds and just stare at them really awkwardly instead of putting in my thing. And then oftentimes I would put in my PIN and pay for my lunch and I still wouldn't have talked the entire time. So I just awkwardly stand there trying to get the words out while paying for my lunch, and then I just walk away because I failed and I couldn't even talk, and I don't want to deal with it. Like it's kind of embarrassing how it happens, but either way, yeah, I never really enjoyed that. And honestly, just acting in general, my acting alone often relies on more guttural screaming than actually trying to make a character feel something. While I can certainly alter the way I sound and really change what I'm going for when I'm trying to do something, I don't think I can truly pretend to feel something. If I were to truly take on the challenge of being a voice actor, it'd probably just be really mid, and I doubt anyone would like me. I've also been fond of music. I attempted to do a duet song for my senior solo back in high school, with backing vocals acting as the second voice. The problem? The backing vocals sounded disgusting, horribly off-pitch, horribly out of sync, and simply gave less of the vibe of a accomplished choir student and more the vibe of a dying hyena. So I decided I would sing the song, but not use that track. So I sang a duet all by myself instead, because I really fucked up the part of it that was going to be cool. and I've written and developed a couple stories over the past 10 years. Like, I've been writing stuff, role-playing D&D type shit, and while I like to say that they're good and they're definitely a big hobby of mine, to call them worth a damn is giving them a little too much credit because it just doesn't feel good enough. It feels mid. And every time I go to this channel, with all these creative outlets I have, I share them out to the world, and when I do, I can't help but harbor a bit of shame in myself, knowing that even when I'm proud of it, all I can accomplish is not even good enough. It's nothing compared to the stuff I've seen. It's just mid. Like, growing up, people have seen all these creative endeavors I've yearned for, all these things that I've done, and they've been really impressed that, oh, a guy at such a young age could do something this impressive. And I was like, yeah, oh, a guy at this age doing all this on his phone is insane. And yeah, sure. But these expectations and these people believing in me are all being pumped into me, who, you know, the job I just quit, I wasn't even confident enough to talk to a customer without stuttering, and it's terrifying. Why did these people put so much stock in me, believe I can do so much? I'm being placed on a pedestal when in reality I'm still sinking in this vat of quicksand, sinking into an everlasting void of emotional insecurity, and my only form of escapism and solace in all of this is here. The irony of all my insecurities stemming from the very thing that gives me comfort is not lost on me. I spent my youth watching videos on my mom's old computer, and that shit was gas, dude. Started watching Super Mario Bros. Z, Death Battle, a bunch of those like flash animations, sprite stuff, the good stuff. I aged up a little more during the gaming renaissance era of YouTube, Markiplier, Venturian Tale, Gaming Lemon. Watched even more stop motion stuff like Forest Fire. That's what got me into the stop motion stuff, seeing that guy make Spider-Man and Batman beat the shit out of each other as Legos. I aged up further, saw more things. I'm living a dream every day, absorbing content, gaining insight, knowledge, fun, fond memories, nostalgia. So much of what I do to this day, so much of how I interpret this world around me came from just this, what I've been exposed to online. And while it's not the crux of who I am as a person, I'd be a fool to claim it hasn't had any influence. That's what this platform does to us. Our lives are so vast, so large, and the story of it's like an ocean. These little experiences we have can leave ripples. And with the sea's waves constantly moving from different islands of our reality, it's really impressive to see, no matter how meager these ripples are, they can still change the tide. I'm happy to make sprite animation. I've gotten so many creative projects, movies, and general works of art completed on nothing but a phone, and I've loved every second of putting these together. I managed to even recreate something a talented voice actor made, and it ended up becoming one of my most viewed videos on this channel. If you're subscribed to me, you've probably seen this video, a sprite animation, one that I made in one day, while in a classroom. My English teacher was so fucking cool, dude. She did not care that I was on my phone the whole time. She was just like, you got your work done, AJ? I was like, yeah. Bet, go off, Kiki. And then I finished the animation in like an hour. It was crazy. But yeah, I've been embarrassed by the way I speak for eons now, yet I've been in 5 separate musicals and never stuttered during the 15 times I've performed them. A lot of my popular videos have me actually speaking in them. One time somebody even asked me if my voice was AI generated, which I still think is astounding. That is an insane compliment to what I'm doing, or insult now that I'm thinking about it. Whatever. I'm taking it as a compliment. And that song I wanted to perform with backing vocals, it was supposed to be a duet with me singing one part and my other vocals singing the other, but I couldn't use those. They sucked. I told you guys, dying hyena. Yeah. But that didn't stop me from getting on that stage and just going for it anyway, and everybody loved it. I played a fucking kazoo. I rapped. I messed up the rap part, but nobody heard me because they were cheering so loud. Like, what the fuck? And my Red trailer video that I uploaded a little bit ago was 18 minutes long of me talking about something. I never thought I'd be able to write, produce, and make a video essay that lasted that long. It didn't just feel amazing, it felt unprecedented, like something I couldn't even do, yet here I am, here I stand. I did it, man. I did those videos that I kept watching all those years ago. I made one of them, and it's kind of good. What the fuck? And all I can think is that I keep seeing these videos getting so many numbers, Back in the day, if I got 5 views on a video, I'd lose my shit. Nowadays, at bare minimum, it's surpassing 30, and on a good day, it's surpassing 300. What the fuck? It doesn't just feel good, it feels amazing knowing that so much of my work is reaching so many people. And even if the fame only lasts a second, even if they don't hang around and like that fucking video, like and subscribe, baby, yeah, like, I don't care. Like, I just upload inconsistent random garbage that my brain wants to some days, and as long as I could leave a ripple for someone, make them smile, think, feel, anything, that makes it worth it. Because that feeling goes beyond any words. Life is horrendous, unfair, and most importantly, a pain in the ass. But if anyone watching my videos can escape from that for just a moment, the same way I always did as a kid, as a teen, as an idiot adult trying to sort out what his next option is, dude, I don't need subscribers. I don't need fame. I just need to know that I'm leaving that impact, enough to make them comment, like, not because I told them at the start of the video, but because they fucking wanted to. Enough to make people smile for just a second, even knowing that so much of their life is going to try and take that smile from them, that feeling. So if you're watching this expecting to learn what I plan to do with this channel, I can't promise anything. I'm sorry that this is my channel trailer, this is really weird. There's a great many things I'm passionate about, and a great many things I love and value, and I may either pursue them, become consistent with them, and make that the way my channel goes, or move on to something else, something I enjoy more. it's just something else. And if this, by some miracle, becomes a job for me, cool. If not, no problem, because at the end of the day, I don't even know what I want from this channel. I don't know what I want to become, and I don't even know what I want to be. And I think that's okay. My name is AJ. You can call me Mach21, and I have no idea what I'm doing here. But even so, viewer, I hope I can brighten things up for you. See ya!